Lights in the air. We're underway here at Arizona Speedway tonight. First heat race of the evening. It's going to be Mark Webber leading the field into turn number 1. Then he's got the 08 machine of Darren Workmeister right behind him. That outside line getting the early jump on the inside row as it's Workmeister looking to the inside of Webber for a brief moment off of turn 2. Actually, that is Robert Workmeister and Darren Workmeister are working together there on the top side. So Robert Workmeister will lead lap number 1, followed by Darren Workmeister. Then it's going to be the 67 machine of Anthony Katina. He has Jack Lacey looking inside him, though. That's a battle for third. Lacey, hang on to her brother on the inside line. Almost whipped her around off of turn 2. He's going to fall in line now in 4th. 5th is Mark Webber, your pole sitter for this race, with Michael Brigner, Larry Brigner running 6th and 7th on the racetrack. The 62 machine of Gary Ray rounding out the field. Out front, it's a couple of Workmeisters doing work right now. You got the 22W of Robert Workmeister leading Darren Workmeister, but not for long. Darren Workmeister peeked down the inside. Car got a little tight on him, exiting turn number 2. Top 4 drivers right now starting to break away from the 22 of Mark Webber as Darren Workmeister now looks to the high side of Robert Workmeister. Robert, though, not having any of it. He's going to lead by about half a car length. Darren Workmeister with a strong run down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Might have gave him a little bit of a push there with his bumper entering turn at number 1 as we got one car almost spinning around the 62 machine of Gary Ray. Can he hang on to it before he does? Has issues on the backstretch with the 22 machine of Mark Webber. His car very slow off of turn number 2. Got passed up by the 0 machine of Michael Brigner, and Larry Brigner tries to do the same as Mark Webber gets that car refired under full song. Top 2 stay the same. Jack Lacey peeked down the inside of Anthony Katina. Now back side by side with him, come off of turn number 2. Katina though hangs on to that 3rd spot. Darren Workmeister still just half a car length behind the 22W of Robert Workmeister. Now going to peek his nose down the inside at the apex of turns 3 and 4. Trying to get down the inside, down the front straightaway. Can't quite make it happen. White laundry in the air this time for the Workmeisters. Now Darren Workmeister with a strong run to the inside. Pulls up side by side off of 2. The Robert Workmeister with a strong run down the back straightaway. It's going to be a little bit of drag race going into turn 3. Robert Workmeister hangs on to the lead. Entering turn number 3, Darren Workmeister fighting hard on the bottom side, but it will be Robert Workmeister winning heat race number 1 over Darren Workmeister. Jack Lacey gets by Cantina for that 3rd spot. Cantina spins around after the checkered flag in turn number 1. Michael Brigner, Larry Brigner able to avoid him. So they come home 5th and 6th for the Pure Stocks. Getting ready to roll. Green flags in the air. We're underway. And you got the 2 teammates still running side by side. Bud Marshall up on the top side. Don Berner down low. Give the advantage to Bud Marshall down the back straightaway over Don Berner. Steve Sabowski in that 3rd spot. Trying to put the pressure on the 114 machine of Berner now. So they come off of turn number 4. It's going to be Marshall and Berner going to fan out. Try to go side by side there for a brief moment. But will be Bud Marshall leading lap number 1, followed by Don Berner and Steve Sabowski. Top 3 starting to run nose to tail. Will break away a little bit from the 78 machine of Kevin Parker. Then you got the 06 of Rex Hazley back there in 5th. Now Bud Marshall pulls away from the 114 machine of Don Berner. He falls into the clutches of the 82 of Steve Sabowski. Sabowski couldn't do anything with him through turns 3 and 4 as Berner pulls away from him by about 3 car lengths now down the front straightaway. Don Berner inches his way back up to the back bumper of the 124, now just 1 car length back as they work their way off of turn number 2. Steve Sabowski is another 2 car lengths back behind Don Berner, another 3 back to Kevin Parker. They almost have a full straightaway over the 06 machine of Rex Hazley. They got the 74 of Matt Hawkinson in that 6th spot, followed by the 125 John Drake and the 77 of Paul Morgan. Don Berner now putting the pressure on his teammate in the 124, Bud Marshall. Berner's going to peek down the inside off of turn number 2. Marshall, though, not having him, it's going to slam the door down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway they go. It's still Marshall and Berner showing the way, the 2 team cars, as Don Berner peeks down the inside once again of Bud Marshall. Side by side at the line there for a brief moment. Now it's going to be Marshall showing the way into turn number 1. Don Berner, though, fighting back down the inside now as they work their way off of turn number 2. Marshall still with a slight advantage down the back straightaway. Bud Marshall pulls Don Berner just a smidge down the back straightaway, but Don Berner driving in a little bit deeper in the corners as the white flag is in the air. Now they're side by side for a race lead. Don Berner to the inside, Bud Marshall to the outside. Marshall's going to lead him into turn number 1. Off of turn number 2, Don Berner with another strong run down the inside of him, going to drag race with him down the back straightaway. Bud Marshall not able to slam the door on Berner, but now he drives it in deep that time into turn number 3. Does Marshall. He works his way off of turn number 4. He's going to win heat race number 2. It's going to be the 124 machine of Bud Marshall over Don Berner. Steve Sabowski, Kevin Parker, your top 4. Battle for 5th as they work their way off of turn number 4. Rex Hazley has that spot right now. The 74 machine of Hawkinson trying to get by him. Can he do it? Not quite. Rex Hazley will come up in 5th.